Call of Duty Cold War is the latest game in the franchise, with COD going finally from sputtered out bullshit from your father's asshole back to the awesome trickle of secret undercover Cold War from your mother's vagina. Everyone, including me, went crazy when seeing another good-looking Black Ops. I went into this game thinking to myself, why is this game so popular with the fans? And why is it being labeled as one of the greatest first-person shooters of all? And apparently it's shit. When I saw this, I was like,
why are you gay?
And some game reviews were like,
who says I'm gay?
Then I said,
so who is gay?
And the sweaty COD fan base that couldn't kill people in 2.1 nanoseconds anymore was like,
we have these issues, and if I can get a chance to put on Zima, I will.
Oh, sorry, we lost you along the way.
So why don't we get into why this game smells like a very nice and sweet smelling shit?
Fucking stroking nonce!
This game is set in the coldest of wars as you, for the most part, take control as a new character named Bell. As you and your team take down Perseus, who's trying to nuke some places. I don't fucking know. Now, while on paper this idea sounds shit, in execution it's, the plot, for the most part, more on that later, works very well in this game. For once, I actually have Black Ops in mind Black Ops. By that I mean there was a more stealthy and undercover element to the game. Going behind enemy lines and sneaking into new and interesting places, unlike your mother's uterus. Am I right? Okay, I'll stop now. And don't get me started on the side missions you can do. Figuring out and decrypting ciphers that you pick up in missions to do properly in the side missions was just... I first saw this and I went, ooh, is for me? That on top of the game feeling good to play with some great set pieces made me feel like a little kid about to explode with excitement. Character-wise, we get a new member to the team named Adler, who is this badass all-American with a bit of sexiness, ooh. It's a nice refresher to see him with the old squad as he seems to fit in really well. You get to create your own character in a cool and interesting way that'll come back to you in the future. You get to choose your name, place of birth, skin, gender, wait, what the fuck, background, and you get to choose 2 perks that relate to your personality, so naturally I went with violent tendencies. Graphics can look very breathtaking at moments, for many reasons, like when I saw this view on the mountains, and when I saw this thing. While not as cinematic as its predecessor, it is still a very good looking and sexy game to play, and even their few cinematics look just so For playtime, it took me about 5.5 hours to complete the campaign on hardened mode because, you know, your boy ain't no fucking pussy. The difficulty at times felt off, with it sometimes going from this guy who just figured out how to pull his trigger for the first time to this absolute sweaty camping dry dick. This never hindered my enjoyment, as lots of missions were unique, ranging from good to yeah. The game gives you a good time with its sometimes funny in-game reactions to choices that put into question whether your character lives on a certain spectrum, if you will. The game has many of these little points where you can make your own little fun, like the time I had to trank this poor defenseless woman and gently lay her small unconscious body onto a couch while I continued my mission. I mean, I didn't hear her say no. And hold on. No. Before you go, if you keep giving this game a good marks, I will fuck your dick. This campaign has minor issues, and not the same minor issues that Spacey had. Remember how I mentioned good characters in this game, like Sims and Pox and the new team? Oh, you don't remember me mentioning that they were well thought out characters? Well, that's okay, because the game also forgot to do that. I had to look up this fucking frog-eyed bitch to remember his name. But that's probably on me when I wasn't listening to his 3 total lines in the game. Like, what? All these characters seem so shallow and one-dimensional. Speaking of which, while I was putting the main bad guy Perseus into a tier list of all the COD villains, I couldn't help but be extremely disappointed in him. He seems like he could be threatening throughout the campaign and is built up to be the shit. He ended up being just, well, gay. He isn't seen throughout most of the story, and he has a great interesting plan that is just like my foreskin, because neither of them exist. That's right, ladies. I have a bit of a shaven head, if you will. And no, this one was just a phase I went through. The story was
so good.
Up until the last 15 minutes, that is. In the game, there are 2 main endings. The bad ending and the canon ending, as I'm calling it. Notice how I didn't say good ending, and well, if you want to avoid major spoilers that are well done and best experienced first, and you know, the ending too, I guess, then skip to this time. After you figure out that you are a Russian Soviet who is brainwashed by the CIA after you get shot at the beginning, they put you through hell by giving you these fake memories which involve missions not ever taking place. You were given an option of 2 at the end. Tell them where the nukes are being detonated, or lie. I chose lie because I'm quirky and I'm not just like those other girls. And I ended up having to kill Woods, Mason, Adler, and well, I don't really give a shit. I thought I made the wrong choice, so I went and did the mission again and got the canon ending. A generic, boring mission where you plant C4 and blow it up and you win! I thought there was going to be a cool after credits cutscene with me and Adler making another kind of scene, if you catch my drift. And I get met with this.
It was never personal.
What the fuck? After all of that, after deciding to become a better man, I get fucking shot for it? I understand the reason why, but why? I preferred the one where I was a communist. Remember those cool side missions you got to do during the game which made you feel really cool and awesome? Well, it turns out they don't really have an effect and it's just lazily put in the ending. Oh well. While the embodiment of autism known as the final mission and the absolutely atrocious side characters, this game is still beautiful, feels great, and has a good story with good missions. For the most part.
Alex, what the fuck are you doing? Did you just come in your sister?
On the game's release, my schlong was throbbing for some dead corpses. And not that kind of body, you sick fuck. I mean this one.
There's something about you, girl.
The trailer for Zombies made me go,
Yeah, boy.
and I was excited. I was pretty skeptical. Fucking Jesus. I was pretty skeptical after only seeing this shit for 2 years, that when I went into the game, I just thought,
On the site, eliminate all hostiles.
and got schmacked on round 1. The game feels amazing, just like your dad in bed. See, I'm changing it up. The sliding mechanics never feel too silly, the guns feel great to use, the enemies now have health bars, and I quite enjoyed that one. This time the Pack-a-Punch was accessible early, making me go, oh my god! And the gun go, no, wrong clip. With this, the zombies get harder faster, which feels like a nice refreshing pace. Of course, this had some hiccups, but for the most part, it was good. The zombies types remained generic and a little uninspired. You have the Schmal zombie, slightly armored zombie, and Anita Sarkeesians. Oh, sorry, I meant dogs. Get it? Cause she's a bitch? It works well, even though it gets a little repetitive at times, but then this green faggot spawns in like, what are you doing in my swamp? The game brings back good old Juggernog, along with other perks such as speed, quick revive, dead shot, day query? What the fuck? And more. They also bring in additions like tier upgrading to make your weapons stronger, and ammo mods that go and oh, too soon. Field upgrades are brought in which are all diverse and being cool, useful, and shit. Using a packed Spaz 12 on a green bitch is ooh so satisfying and makes me want to celebrate with joy. Ah, suck my dick. Until you realize that the fucker has a Power Rangers level 2nd phase. What you say? What you say? I quite like the idea of bringing your own class to the start, as zombies get harder quicker than John Wayne Gacy at a little boy's birthday party. The Easter egg, while only 30 minutes long, is quite fun and interesting to play, especially when you meet this sexy boy who is considered pretty weak next to the average Irishman. That's right, ladies. That's basically me. However, this too has some issues. Imagine you have a ray gun, and you've been grinding for it, and there it is. You have it, and you get down, but someone revives you and you can continue to use it and it's gone. The constant bugs and issues that zombies have at some points is just, well, how you say, retarded. If the game wants to update your settings while you're on a high round, the game will raw dog you up the uterus and kick you out. This happened to me, and I felt like I could just... And while the Easter egg was fun, I could finish it in 30 minutes, unlike your mom, who I could finish in just 3. The final boss isn't even a final boss, it's just a horror of all the zombies while you protect Big, Meaty, and Chunky. All in all, I think this is a really fun and addicting zombies to play with your friends, and with 4 new DLC maps coming soon, I could just... Most of the issues I have with this are just bugs that can be patched and updated, but only when you're in a match.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Now, I don't like reviewing multiplayer a lot, especially the kind that involves people like...
Let's move east. The storms get... Wait, I hear a footstep. Alright, I'm at the top of the map.
This is one of the worst multiplayer COD has ever thrown out in a new game. The fact that Cuntark couldn't introduce a competitive mode for all the sweats to play on is unforgivable. But it's okay, they brought back skill-based matchmaking. Oh wait, it's laughably horrible. 8 fucking maps on launch and a shite game mode called Firebomb, which is one of the worst original modes to ever come out. The one good thing that came out of it was VIP. I quite liked this in beta and went right on to playing just that. Congratulations, Cold War. You gave me something good out of a horribly rushed multiplayer. At least I can play, and the servers are fucked. And the sweats are already max. Alright, you know what, fuck this, alright? I have a script for this video and it has 5 more minutes of going into full depth of the multiplayer, but after trying to play some more, I fucking had enough. Right, fuck this mode, and all the retards were already max. In conclusion, I'd rather subscribe to hit YouTuber Vark than continue multiplayer. That's a cool idea that I think you should try. This game came out at the right time. Boring release after boring release, we finally got a good game to end off the year. I hope COD learns from this game and introduces more unique and interesting games like this one. My final rating for this is going to be a 7 out of 10. Now you might be asking yourself, oh, but glorious and sexy Mr. Vark, you praised the campaign and zombies and only had a problem with the multiplayer. Why so low? While the campaign was very fun and the zombies also fun, people don't just buy Call of Duty for them. Throughout history, Call of Duty has mainly been bought for the multiplayer. It is a multiplayer shooter at its core, while campaign and zombies were just side bonuses. Do you really think that Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 2 would have become the cum-inducing masterpieces of their time with a shit multiplayer? I didn't think so. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please remember to hit that like, share, and please consider subscribing, because I know 30% of you sexy boys aren't. Once again, I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed my review. It took me a while to make this, so make sure to smash that motherfucking like button. And you know, if you don't, I'll fucking beat you to death.